let's talk about the Trump tower climber, shall we? Because there is an update to the story. He is facing charges. And then to give you some backstory, well, first of all, his name is Stephen Rogata. He's 19 from Great Falls, Virginia. There he is. So he climbed, in case you did not hear about the story yesterday, he climbed for 3 hours, climbing Trump Tower in the middle of Manhattan, New York, using suction cups. Using suction cups. And he continued to climb until he was finally apprehended by police. And this is how the police apprehended him. They broke through one of the windows, and then they scooped him up. He did not want to be scooped up. You'll see right here. First, they're trying to talk to him. He was adamant, adamant to not surrender. Oop.
Oh.
And?
Wow.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's in.
That's how you do it.
He's off the building.
He's upside down.
Okay. Yes. And many people there that were watching, they did not know what his motive was. They were speculating. Some people thought that he was protesting Trump. We actually later found out through a YouTube video that he's a huge Trump supporter. So let's watch his YouTube video.
Hello, Mr. Trump. Do excuse my manner of appearance. I just don't know how many people will watch this, and I'd rather not be recognizable. I am an independent researcher seeking a private audience with you to discuss an important matter. I guarantee that it is in your interest to honor this request. Believe me, if my purpose was not significant, I would not risk my life pursuing it. The reason I climbed your tower was to get your attention. If I had sought this via conventional means, I would be much less likely to have success because you are a busy man with many responsibilities. I'll get my contact information to your campaign so that if you are interested, you can respond. As for anyone else who's watching, please help make this video go viral so that it gets to Mr. Trump, and be sure to get out and vote for Mr. Trump in the 2016 election. Thank you.
It has gone viral. And Grace, you look speechless. Okay, we'll discuss. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
This is very creepy.
Sounds like a nerve dare.
Suctioning up all media coverage.
Mm-hmm. Thinking outside of the box.
Wait, what? Sam,
I'm like,
explain yourself.
I'm not fond of who he's supporting in this presidential election, but I'm kind of digging him.
I'm sorry. Have you never seen an episode of Criminal Minds?
Oh my gosh, that's
Right?
so on point.
He didn't do anything bad. He just suctioned up to try to talk to
But
Trump.
we don't But what was he gonna do? This guy strikes me as dangerous and scary. Honestly.
Well, he is having, yes.
He seems like he's having a breakdown.
Hopefully not. He is being evaluated, but people also do pretty crazy things to go viral. But yes, this is dangerous. You're right. This is putting himself in danger. This is putting other people in danger. My 5 words are, I guess, a portion of me that want him to be like this, like really like anti-hero superhero. But again,
of what?
it's just different. I've never seen something like that.
I didn't know there were suction cups that big.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
The reason that he posted that video and he said, if I did things conventionally, I wouldn't have got across, that's because this media circus, which is this presidential campaign, allows for this to happen.
Yes.
So I've been kind of waiting to spew this to an audience because it's so obvious. Whoever is in charge of Donald Trump's press campaign is a genius in his PR campaign, because it's allowed for a guy that is simply clueless in political policies to get to a position that he could well and truly become president. And it means that things like this are always going to capture the headlines. It means that a Melania Trump plagiarism speech is going to capture the headlines, because what it does is it deflects. It deflects away from what really is the worrying thing, that this guy, even to this point, showcases a failure in the American system, that he could be the president, right?
So that's a horrific reality.
Yeah, exactly.
So to hear you say that out loud just
exactly, and that's why when people ask me, coming from the UK, what do you think of this? And I'm like, it's a failure of the system already that he's gotten to this stage.
Yeah.
But things like this, if he's climbing, I don't know, a Goldman Sachs building to try and put a point across to Hillary Clinton, it maybe gets a mention or two, but it doesn't go like this, because Donald Trump has stood for this. His unconventional ways. I think he's kind of shot himself in the foot, no pun intended, with the Second Amendment comment. I think you can't really come back from that. But what he has done so smartly is I honestly think there's a way that he's put in place all these controversial comments so that people will zone in on that. Oh my God, someone's climbing the tower, someone's doing this, someone's doing that. Oh wait, did he actually ever say anything about political policy?
I was just gonna say we're talking about everything except political policy, but there's something that just doesn't sit well with me about this particular guy and this particular.
You don't feel like that he's mentally well, and for that is serious.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm on board with you with that. He is at a hospital right now. He is undergoing a mental evaluation, and if he indeed is not well, and in that video it looks like he is not well.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing both sides. You're seeing my fantasy side come to light.
But the superhero thing, what do you mean?
What person does videos with like a hood on and then climbs a tower? You see that in movies. You see Spider-Man doing that.
A lot
You see
faster
Batman
in
doing
movies.
that.
That was.
Yes,
I was
but
definitely hoping it'd be more like, you know what I mean? Like I was when I heard that he was suctioning his way up, and it was a. I
he
don't know
got
about
away
how
with
you
it
felt.
for
was a little
3.5 hours.
anticlimactic.
I was definitely picturing him like have those little tiny like shower suction cups all up his arm. That's what I was picturing, like tentacles. That's what I thought was
amazing.
happening.
He's just like
I was a
army
little
crawling his way
disappointed.
up.
I would have been so
hilarious.
much more entertained.
Where do you get those suction cup things?
I know you planning
five.
you planning a climb anytime soon?
No, I
Seth?
don't know.
I'm actually in awe of
Don't
this.
go
How
to
are
a
you not-
mountain,
How am I the
'cause it
only
doesn't
one in
work
awe
that
of this
way.
person? Did he like come up with this suction cup methodology
No,
himself?
I'm sure that we're gonna hear that this is a common thing. Like
Really?
Yeah,
On
or,
glass
like-
or that it's
Don't
existed
try it on like
before.
mountains or anything.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Okay.
looking at me like I'm crazy. Like this is not a common thing, Grace. I'm like, I'm sure this is a competitive sport somewhere.
It
that
probably
we
has
don't know
Probably in the
a
Olympics.
World Cup.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's probably in the Olympics.
It's actually
now.
held every
But
year.
I think
in
that the best
Nevada.
thing about the whole thing was the media reaction. Like what chance has Donald Trump got of keeping people from climbing his wall if people are suction cupping their way up his building?
Yes.
Yes,
And
Francis.
Oh my gosh.
That was great.
Out
You
the
tweeted
park.
that? I
Yeah.
gotta go
Out
retweet
the park.
that.
And I love too how initially everyone thought that it was a protest.
I know.
against Trump.
Well, it's-
And then-
oh,
And
man.
people were celebrating him, and then when they found out that he really was a Trump supporter, and they saw his video, then all of a sudden
Then it
the,
was
the
like-
reaction shifted,
Yeah,
and he
that
is
happened.
facing charges. So he is facing charges of reckless endangerment and trespassing in connection with the unauthorized ascent of the Fifth Avenue building. So that's what he's being charged with. Now I wonder if they do find out that he's mentally unstable. A, I hope he gets the help that he needs, and B, would he then be charged with those two charges? I wonder if he's not well.
Would it not
I
be
mean, we don't
reduced,
have.
maybe?
None of us are
Rather-
lawyers.
rather
I'm
than
just
jail sentence-
speculating.
rather than-
We're the people to know, and
It is the
just
American
speculating.
prison system after all. So
Yeah.
there is the idea that he would get a reduced cause and maybe just try to get some help.
I would
rather
hope
than
that
go
they
to jail.
would. Yeah, that they would make sure that he got
Accommodate his-
help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Clearly, I'm like the most in awe of this story. I don't know why.
It's crazy.
crazy.
He could be anywhere from like mentally unwell to like a kid trying to become an internet celebrity.
Yeah, maybe
It
he's
could be
just
so
super
many things.
savvy.
Sometimes
Maybe,
those lines-
maybe he's super savvy and he was putting on a character in that
yeah,
video.
it's like,
Just-
guys, forget Musically. Now you have to scale
Forget
buildings.
Musically. No, really, because it's like our generation, like my generation specifically, is so crazy obsessed with social media
Great
and
point.
YouTube and stuff. Like, of course, that's going to capture people's attention. Like, I'm sure it was trending on Twitter yesterday.
It was.
Like,
And he even
I was
mentioned
scrolling
make
through
it go viral. He
Yeah.
said, like, let this video go viral. That's clearly what he wanted
And he
to
knows
do.
it will, because when you do something crazy like that, it goes viral. Teenagers, kids love it. They're like, Mom, look what I found.
huh.
I'm
Interesting.
going to scale a building too. Put
And
the
then it-
suction cups down, Dylan.
Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.